Hi guys, Kirk and Jay here with Kirk Giordano Plastering. Today what I'm going to show you guys is how we apply this BMI 300 course acrylic finish. BMI makes a lot of products. They make a full line of acrylics. They make cementitious color coats. They make this 690 BMI plaster coat. They make all kinds of things. And while we're at that, let me throw a bone out to Jerry Pozzo. Jerry Pozzo is their consultant. He has all the questions for all the answers for any questions any of you guys might have. I'll give you his telephone number so you're not calling old Kirk. I'm an applicator and I do have the answer to many of your questions, but he's a technical specifications consultant. So his telephone number is area code 530-885-6828. Jerry Pozzo. He's been with the company forever. Again, guys, what we're doing is I'm applying a primer right now. And you'll say, why apply a primer if you're going to go ahead and color coat it? Well, every acrylic has its own specific primer. And whatever primer they recommend or whatever product you choose for your acrylic, you're going to have to use that primer. Otherwise, it voids the warranty. And you don't want to do that, guys. So before we do the actual application of this acrylic finish, we're going to use the hawk and trowel and float. I'm going to be floating behind a couple guys and spreading often. We have to do this. And guys, always have a handy dandy brush for corners like so. This way you can get in there, get your corners done. By the way, guys, this is the job we're doing here. It's all, they had an issue with all these decks. All the decks around here, they called Michael Craig Construction. He's from San Diego. We're in Oakland. You got to be pretty good if they call you all the way from another, well, what is San Diego? About 9 hours from here. So Michael Craig Construction is the one who originally hired the fella and the contractor to do all this cleanup work and put it all back together, this repair stuff. And I'm helping out too. Anyhow, we're going to do some inner decks, and when we get to the inner decks, I'll show you how we actually apply this particular material. And guys, all acrylic prime products are not the same. There are a couple I won't even spread because after 30 years I'm not happy with their performance. This particular product, the BMI, it won't spider check, it won't discolor. If it rains a day later, it's not going to wash it off. There's so many ifs, ands, or buts about it, but again, call Jerry for all that technical stuff. We'll show you in about you'll see it instantly. We're going to decks and we are doing the exact same thing I'm doing here, except there's other fellows doing it. And as soon as Jason and I get over there and start spreading, all right, guys, as I said, Andy's putting it on and a couple other fellows putting it on, and I'm floating behind. What I'll generally do is a green sponge float. And this material, it's an acrylic. So these acrylics, you really got to know what you're doing. And what you do is use a little bit of water, feather into the existing. Come that way. I'm feathering into the existing. Feathering into the existing. Just like that, Andy, spread it. And when this dries, it'll blend in close to color. But again, they're painting this whole thing anyhow. The color here is not so important. The texture uniformity is what they're looking for. We're able to do that. We've done this before a few times. In fact, this is our second time. I think we got it by now. Here we go. Come on down. Go ahead, keep spreading.
As usual, he's got the easy job there. He's got his hand on the float, and all he has to do is just smear it on the wall, and he's got me doing all the hard labor.
That's why I like you.
I feel like the servant.
You are.
And he's the taskmaster up there, taking it easy.
Such is life, man. Get used to it. That's because you got to be a technician to do what I'm doing here. Any monkey can spread it. See, he got a banana in his pocket too. Okay, he's spreading it. I'm coming. I had to put a little bit of water on here, and what I'll do is I'll take my door. I'll clean that door because when I pull this tape I don't want it, when I pull this tape here, I don't want to pull a bunch of holidays when it dries. So first thing I do is clean that door. And there's got to be enough water in here. See that? You feather into it. You feather into the existing. You take it from here, you feather into it. Now, I'm done with the water on this float here. It doesn't, if I do it anymore, it'll start to drag. You see that? It's starting to drag. So I don't want it to start to drag. My bucket of water is way over here. Get out of my way, guys. Okay. I've just got some new water here. And again, I'll clean my tape once more, flip my float, clean it, and then take it from here and drag it into the existing. Take the new, drag it into the existing. See that? And that's what we're going to be doing for about 8 hours today. We have, 20 decks, so Andy, you better get used to it.
As long as I don't have to listen to you talk
Well,
throughout the whole thing. I can stand this, but I can't stand to listen to you. So
Fortunately.
if you get Jay to turn that camera off sometime here, then you can stop talking and start working, and we might get something done.
Well, I hear you. You see, guys, I'm cleaning the bottom of this float, cleaning the top here, and if you're, let's see that? Take it sideways. What I like to do is I like to keep my drip screen clean too. Pull it here, pull it here. Now my float is accumulated too much material now, so it's time to dip it in the water again. We're just giving you an idea of how to use some of these acrylic products. They are a lot more difficult than the cementitious products. Cementitious products are way easy compared to acrylics, but acrylics do have extreme advantages. Anyhow, guys, that's just a quick show of what we're doing. These guys are going to get away from me, so I better stop yammering and get busy. My name is Kirk. Jason on the camera, working with Andy Davis, Stucco. He's pretty good. As usual, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one.